Hello, I'm Lynn Fraser with the Kilby Center for Recovery and the Family Services Program.
And I'm Kay Vogt, the psychologist at the Kilby Center. Lynn and I wanted to let you know a little bit about what we have planned for the retreat coming up in February in Palm Springs. So whether you have somebody in treatment, somebody you wish were in treatment, or even somebody who's been through treatment and is in recovery now, you'll learn strategies to help your family in this retreat. So did you ever wonder how what one person does affects the entire family so much? Have you stopped focusing on your own life to devote your time, attention, concern, and even financial resources for somebody else? Do you have a loved one that doesn't think they have a problem, and yet you can see the effect that substance abuse or other addictions are having on their lives? Do they come to you to solve their financial or other life problems, even though they're adults? Do they tell you that you're to blame for their problems, but you can't quite figure out what you've done to cause this? Do you find yourself doing a lot for somebody, but they act unappreciative and maybe even hostile toward you? And then you get so mad you can't think straight, but you don't have a strategy to deal with all the anxiety you feel. So are you frustrated and longing for the relief from this stress and anxiety that might have been in your family for years, but you haven't known a solution?
Those are the types of issues we're going to look at the retreat, February 19th to 21st in Palm Springs. We're going to be at the Kilby Center for Recovery, and Scott Kilby will be with us for some of that time. We're going to go deeply into looking at some of these issues, how to set boundaries, how to work with the kinds of family dynamics that we have. We're also going to do a lot of practices that support us in terms of dealing with our own anxiety. There's a lot of fear that happens when someone in our family or someone we love has addiction or is in recovery, or maybe we're afraid that they're going to relapse out of their recovery. Natural rest and living inquiries practices are ideal for working with anxiety. One thing that we look at is how thought comes up, it's words and images, and we can notice that that's how it's coming up. When there's a trigger or there's some intensity to that, then we have a response in our bodies. We have sensation or energy, sometimes emotion. Sometimes we have other words or images that are also attached to that. Scott Kilby calls that the Velcro effect. And when we're dealing with family, there's such a lot of stress, and sometimes that has happened over maybe many decades, that our nervous systems really could use a way to heal. So we'll work with some breathing and relaxation practices. We'll work with natural rest, and we'll work with some of the inquiries. How can we undo some of the triggering? How can we bear that discomfort that comes when we're doing something that is maybe out of pattern for us that the other person might not really appreciate? Those are the kind of things that we're going to do, and we'll have lots of time for that during that full 3 days that we have at the retreat.
So we hope you'll join us in Palm Springs, February 19 to 21. We're starting at bright and early at 9 o'clock in the morning on Friday, and hope to see you there.
I'm coming in from Nova Scotia, Canada, where it's winter up here. So I'm really looking forward to the warm weather in Palm Springs as well. Please get a hold of us. It's kilbyfamilyservices.com. You can reach us through kilby.com into the Kilby Center for Recovery links and find us there. You could email us at kilbyfamilyservices@gmail.com. Please get in touch. We'd be happy to meet with you and answer any questions.